Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the vlog. In today's episode we are going to top up the water in the car, get the car started, and we are going to do first fit of our electrics, hopefully get our lights running by the end of this episode. So lots to do, let's crack on with it. Okay, so we've got the frame in place now. So we've got our slam panel in and we've put our crash bar in, and you know what, everything lines up just right, perfectly. Yeah, everything, I'm very happy with that. There are no issues. All the screws are in place. They're not tight. Everything is loose, which means we've got a good fit, so there's no stress. So we know that it is pretty square, and all the holes also all line up as well. So I've got one screw there, but you can just see the hole just down there, and then the same on the other side as well. So right, so now that we've done this and we can see that it all fits in nice and square, I think we can now put the radiators in place. So there's a few things that we need to do to dress the radiator. There's a couple of bungs that go down in some holes. Let's see if we can see it. There's one just down here, and then there's one on the other side here. We got those, we didn't have those before. That's these things up here. Then we've got our side supports. That's these things here. They actually attach to the side of the radiators, and they plug into here, and then they all slot nice and compactly inside here. Good. Okay, so just a couple of things that we need to do. We need to just make sure that these pipes down here, so we've got the intercooler pipe just down the bottom here, we need to make sure that we can actually tighten up the screw underneath, because that caught me out the last time when I put the radiator in together. I couldn't get everything in because the screw was in the wrong angle, so I had to take it all off and do it again. So yeah, we're learning as we go. Good, let's get this radiator assembled, and then the next phase will be to top up the tank to see if she holds water, which will be a good test, won't it? Yeah, let's get that done. Okay, so we're now completely all sealed up. The sandwich is now complete. Slam panels in place. Now the heavy lifting begins. We're going to almost fell over then. We're going to attach it to here, and then once we've done that, then we'll be able to attach these hoses up and then fill it with water, and then we'll see how the car copes. Right, we got our pressure tester in place. What we're going to do is we are going to pressure test to make sure that the water system is tight. There's no leaks in here. What we should see is a consistent pressure. Now, I've not tested this one before. The one I had before was a snap-on one. This is a cheap knockoff. So hopefully this will do the trick if it doesn't leak all over the place, but we'll soon find out when we fill it up. Now there's a very good sign. That is staying pressurized. All the hoses have collapsed, which is what we expect to see. So that is telling me that our system is holding tight. We'll leave it for a couple of minutes and we'll come back, and if it stays the same, then we know that we are good to top up with water.
Moments later.
Okay, 20 minutes later, the gauge is exactly the same, so I think we can confidently say that we've got a watertight system and that this will hold water without leaking, no problem. Okay, we're going to release the pressure and we will now top it up and fill it with water. Great. Right, so the car is now full. It's taken just about 4.5 litres. Now, with this system completely drained down, it should take about 10 litres, which tells me that there's water still in this system somewhere, or we've got a massive airlock. I don't think the latter is the case. I think there is water in the system somewhere. So we're going to start the car up now and just make sure that it runs and that there's nothing on the dashboard. There will be a warning about the thermostat because, as you know, the thermostat that connects to the car is slightly broken. That's this here, so it's not going to register that. But what we want to make sure is that everything works, the fan's going to work, and that, yeah, the engine functions correctly. So we'll do that now. We'll give the car a start. I've had to charge the battery overnight, so we should be okay. Let's see how we go. Okay, so the engine started. It's been running for a couple of minutes now, and everything seems to be okay. Our water level is staying consistent, which is what we want. It's right on the minimum, but that's okay. That's why we got our system in place to top up. But at the moment, everything seems okay. No scary noises. More importantly, no leaks. So we'll let it run for a couple of minutes, and then we will we'll see how we go. We'll take it from there.
More moments later.
Car's been running now for a good few minutes. We continue to have no problems, and more importantly, no water leaks whatsoever. And the level is consistent. It hasn't gone down at all. Water is going into there, which is good. We'll give it another few minutes and then we'll conclude this to be successful.
More moments later.
Okay, so the car is continuing to run. The temperature is approaching 90 degrees and it is nice and warm in here. Well, it's getting warm anyway, which is good. It's cold outside. I haven't seen the fan cutting yet, which is a little bit alarming, but other than that, car's not complaining as of yet. I haven't got the cap on either, so but I'm waiting to see if the fan cuts in or not. I'm not too worried about it not cutting in at this moment, but we'll see. Right, so the water system is now all done. So that is all filled and working, as you saw. Now we're going to start on the electrical. So we got our old headlights over here with all the various different components, and we've got one of the new headlights here in completed and ready to load into the car. We just got to put the various boxes on there. So we'll do that in a second, and we'll test it to make sure it works. And hopefully what we'll do is we'll get both headlights fitted today. Well, not fitted, but at least plugged in to check to see if we've got any electrical issues. And then at the front here we got to put our crash sensor, passenger crash sensor, and then we've got the wiring loom for the passenger crash sensor here. So we need to put this on, and then that will then we can start testing to see if our sensors have broken. Now at the end of this video I should be a lot further along with this car than I am. I'm going to tell you the reason why I'm not at the end of this video, but for now let's get these bits on. Just before we fit the front crash passenger sensor, actually that's going to be a bit difficult to fit because this actually bolts onto the bumper. What we'll do, we're going to fit the bonnet release catches since we have them here, and then we're going to basically sort out the front release. So we'll do all that. That will complete that. Then we will then strip the headlights and then test them. Okay, slight problem. The end of this is damaged, so it's not staying in place, and this needs to really work because if this comes loose it means we won't be able to open the bonnet. So I'm gonna have to get a new one for this. And on this end we also got similar, though this one does hook better, it's better for me to get the whole thing and just replace it. So we are not going to put these on today, but that's okay because we weren't putting a bonnet on. Right, headlights. Right, so here's the old headlight from this side. So we've got the ballasts in here, one underneath here. There was one at the bottom. This is the back. We've got this one as well for the daylight running lights, and then we have the controller for that underneath here. So we're going to strip all these off, and this is the reason why you keep all these parts. And I don't want to sound smug, but I've heard other YouTubers who do other car salvage channels repeat the same, and of course you heard it here first. I'm the one who always told you to keep all your old bits so you can replace it. But anyway, moving on, let's strip these off and then we'll fit them onto our new headlight, and then we're going to test it to make sure it works.
There's no denying what we want. There's no denying what we want. Playing games, no. There's no denying what we want. There's no denying what we want. Playing games, no. There's no denying what we want. There's no denying what we want.
So that's the right hand side or driver's side headlight stripped, and as you can see there is not much of it left. Fortunate for us, all the bits that we needed, the vital bits, we were able to extract, and most importantly we were able to get the correct part number this time, so we didn't make the same boo-boos we did with the S3 in terms of getting the right headlight. Right, let's dress the new one. Yeah, run into a bit of an issue, but nothing major. To get the headlight in, we need to remove this bracket here. This is which connects the bumper to the wing, but it's blocking the headlight from going in. So we'll remove that first and then we'll get the headlight in. Right, so we've got the headlights in the car. They're not situated properly, they're just sitting on the edge because they're a little bit fiddly to get in. I need to work out exactly how to get them in, but we'll sort that out later. The main aspect of our test here is to make sure that they are working, especially as my reputation with Audi headlights is not the best. They tend to end up needing coding. So hopefully this should be very straightforward, so let's just check. Okay, so there you go, headlights are all working, no issues whatsoever, so that's a relief. I kind of knew they were going to work, but you're never sure until you fit the new headlights and test them, so we're all good there. So in terms of this car, I expected to actually be further ahead than what we are now. As you can see, we're just getting the headlights in there, but I was expecting this week to actually fit the bumper. Unfortunately, the reason why we haven't fitted the bumper is that the grille that I bought with the bumper is still with the painter. Now, for whatever reason, painter is stalling. He's had it now for 2 weeks. He had at the same time as the main bumper. He returned that, but he hasn't returned the grille for whatever reason. And I've been chasing to get this grille on. Without the grille, you cannot reassemble the car because the grille is integral to everything that goes in onto that bumper. So whatever the reason is, he's saying that he'll get it to me for Monday, but I've heard that so many times before, I've kind of lost faith in him. I have my suspicions, but I'm not going to say what that is. But whatever it is, that's the reason why we're not further than what we are. So hopefully I will get this bumper next week, because without that bumper I kind of come to a halt. I can put the bonnet on, etc., but the bumper is quite integral, so we need that bumper, that grille really urgently. Anyway, we've made some good progress today. I'm happy that we've got the car running and we've got the first fit of the electrics. We still got to do the front crash sensors, so that's this bar up here, but that has to go onto the bumper. But what we'll do is we'll test the sensors and see if we can clear the codes in VCDS, and if we can do that, then we're making some good progress. That will be next week. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe down here, click on the notification bell so you're notified whenever we release a new video. And if you are a casual viewer, and there's loads of you that are, click on the subscribe button and become a frequent follower of this channel. So thank you for viewing, and we will see you on the next one.